Hey everybody, you know, for a minute I really did think I wasn't going to make a video today, but it's part of my day, so here we are. Um, go straight to the music. Part of what I did today, besides domestic stuff like mowing the grass and little housework, and then some contact with the studio regarding the remastering. I'm going to do the last part tomorrow, and I while doing housework, just decided to take, I have this big stack, or I did have this big stack of records that some of them I was keeping to eventually trade and stuff, but realistically right now I really don't need to be trading because postage is so high. So, when we do the trading, we're giving, and I love to give, but you understand what I'm saying. So I decided. Then also, it's like, well, I'm a vinyl junkie, What do we want? What do we always want? We'd like some new records. So try not to spend money. So I traded records today, and this is what I got: a little bit, not a whole lot. First thing, and I took a chance on some things because that's fun to do. And this is the first one I took a chance on. Farina. This is some house music. Back to the House EP, and I think I have to be in the right mood for this. You know what I'm saying? House music is it's body music. I mean, it can be for the head, but you got to be in the right mood. So I think this will be pretty cool when I'm in the right mood. It's on the Ohm label, which I am not familiar with. I don't know if they have a rep for house music or not. I picked this one up because I couldn't remember if I had it or not, and I thought there was up, well, if I had it, I'll trade it. But I didn't, and so I'm glad I picked it up, and that's Patrick Moraz. And that is embarrassing how often that's the case for me. I'll be in the store and I cannot remember. Well, I know I have this artist, but do I have this album? And this is just self-titled, Patrick Moraz. It's got a Brazilian type of thing going on with it. And compared to real Brazilian music, or rather music that's not pastiching Brazil, this kind of, is this fails. I like the songs where he leaves that percussion stuff alone better. This was the album that cost me the most, but it cost me, it was a trade-in. But I got another Omar Rodriguez Lopez album, Solar Gambling. This is on yellow vinyl. Just listen to a bit of this, but I like the way this guy operates, and I can, he records everything, and he has a neat work aesthetic, and his sense of music is really strong. So if you're into him, generally speaking, what he does is pretty interesting for the most part. This is a good one. Sequoia Flame, I'm sure you have this one. Some of you other folks have this one, Solar Gambling. I was glad to pick this one up today. Another good find today on German ECM. Trio music by Chick Corea, Miroslav Vitus, and Roy Haynes. Played a little bit of this. This is mostly straight ahead, but wonderful. As you know, these are top-notch players. On German pressing ECM, very happy to add this to my ECM collection and Chick Corea collection. This one was a nice find. I've only listened to a bit of it. My first impression is that I like it. It's going to be a new flavor for me to get into. And it's Alex McGuire and Steve Noble, live at Oscars. And this is improvisation, or if there's composition involved, it's open-ended, or it's set up so that these guys are working. It sounds pretty improvisational. And it's a live album, live recording on the Incas label, which was nice. I don't see Incas records too often at an affordable price. And so these musicians' work is new to me, so their voices are new to me. And that's my first impression is I need to sink into this. I need to learn their, need to see what they're saying. But my first impression is good. It's good. Picked up another Oregon album. I mean, I've got a ton of Oregon albums, but geez, how many records do they have? I know I didn't have this one because when I looked at the back, it has the mention of Colin Walcott's passing right after the making of this album. So I knew, no, I don't have this. So this is Crossing, Oregon Crossing, again on ECM. Played side one of this. This is excellent. Again, I use the word aesthetic, and that's what I mean. This bands like Oregon have an aesthetic that they work from, so the music is always of a certain quality, and that doesn't mean it's always good, but it's always of this high quality, always interesting at the very least. This is very good though. Crossing, real good work. Can y'all hear my neighbor? I hear this music every day, the same songs. Right now he's playing Luther Ingram. If loving you is wrong, I don't want to do right. This is the second time I've heard it this afternoon. I could sing these songs to you in my sleep. Picked up the Essential Jean-Michel Jarre on Dreyfus for French pressing. This was nice. Didn't cost much at all. Happy to add this to my Jean-Michel Jarre collection. Absolutely. Another one from my New Age ambient collection, Patrick Ohearn, Ancient Dreams. This is a good album, and it's in really good shape. There he is on the back. Those type of portraits seem so incongruous to me with this type of music. You know, it's like, is that really necessary? Is to sell the record? I guess maybe someone thought it was. Really good music. Really good music. Atmospheric. Real nice. Not cheesy at all. You know, Ohearn was a Zappa for a while, among others. Haven't played this yet, but Michel Richard Abrams, I know it won't be going wrong. Live at Montreux 1978. This should be good. Like I said, this was still sealed when I got it today. Looking forward to playing that. This one I took a chance on. I thought of Chris Astral Traveler 78 as I looked at it, and I said, this is something that, you know, Chris has helped me to identify stuff like this. This is Clayton Hester and the Contemporary Jazz Art Movement doing Hesterian musicism. It's on a private label. Comes from this radio station out of Lincoln, Nebraska. I played the first track off of this, and this is very ambitious. You can tell that these people were working on a budget, but the writer and the musicians were very ambitious. We're definitely on the money about trying to realize this person's compositions. This is really good. Private label. Again, it's got Astral Traveler written all over it. Just the kind of records that he would be showing. So this was one I was happy to take a chance on today. Two more albums I bought. I could not remember Randy Weston's style, but this album is on Heiress to Freedom. I paid more than $2.99 for it, but it's Carnival. As you see, it's still in the shrink. It's in really good shape. Then I looked at the players. And he's got Billy Harper, Don Moyer on drums, you know, and I thought to myself, okay, he's got good players. And I listened to the first track on side one, and this is good. And get rid of the shrink now, which I love. I love taking the shrink off. So it's, you know, the cover is like new, you know, cut corner from being a cutout. Happy to add this to my my Freedom collection. Freedom is a label that I respect. The last thing I bought, this has been down there for a while, and I finally said, okay, I bet you there's something good on here. Carlos Franzetti, Galaxy Dust. And this is on Inner City. Inner City took a lot of European jazz, prog, fusion stuff and released it in America in the 70s and 80s, I believe it was. And this starts off with a vocal track, which I'm not particularly fond of. But the second track is Fusion Deluxe. This cat, Franzetti, is a keyboardist as well as singer. He can really play. Nice chops on here. He's got some, he's got some names that we know. Anthony Jackson, electric bass. Let's see here. Anyone else? That's the only name right off. Dave Bargeron and Lou Soloff on horns. So he's got some, got some good players on here. So I was happy to get this. Galaxy Dust. Kind of nice. It has a custom label for Inner City. They did not always do that. So for whatever reason, this one came with a little bit more, I don't know, whatever you would call it. Last thing I'll share is the 90s thread that's going around. Loving it, loving watching. There's a bunch of responses now, and I'm going to catch up. But I was watching Chris Goodwin, and then also I was watching Ollie Rules, and Ollie was talking about Elephant Six, and I only have one record on that label, but I can't remember the name of the band, so I can't find it. But I grabbed these CDs because this is so good. Olivia Tremor Control, absolutely psychedelic and creative as all get out. Dusk at Cubist Castle isn't that the name of this one? Yeah, Dusk at Cubist Castle. An unrealized film script or film soundtrack. Yeah, Jeff. Olivia Tremor Control. Melter. Also the Gerbils. Yeah, man. This is some real cool indie pop. Just really creative. Really good stuff. The Gerbils. Yeah. I vibe with Ollie Rules really, really strong. Real strong. And great choices, Ollie. Chris. Gerbils. Last one I'll show is the only thing I have by the band, but they are also very good. The Bird That You Can't See. This is a single by the Apples in stereo. I would go so far as to call them the American XTC. Maybe at times that's appropriate for their sound. Maybe not always. But okay, music for you folks. I hope everything's going well.